Hey guys, I'm back. It's Deb here with Creative Life and JS Hobbies and Crafts. Okay, so now we are into our second phase of our book. I'm so excited. Okay, so this phase we're going to be making our pages and we're going to be inserting them into our books. We're also going to be covering our pages with this beautiful Stamperia Botanic Spring paper. So, okay, so the first thing I want you to do is for your paper pack, okay, I want you to rip all of the pages apart, okay, from your stack. And then I want you to take the back page, okay, which is, because I kind of separated mine a little bit here. I want you to take the back page of the book, which is this page here, and it looks like this on the back. Okay, I want you to cut these strips out, okay, so you have a nice border back here, okay, so I want you to cut those down, all right, and then you will have two of them that look like this, all right, so these are going to be nice borders for like maybe text spots or maybe a filler, whatever we need them for, so you don't want to throw those away. All right, the next thing, so that's going to leave you with just, you know, a little bit piece right in through here on this side. Okay, so these two pieces are going to be gone, and so that's going to be perfect. So you will need to keep that. Okay, then the second thing that I want you to do is I want you to go through and I want you to pull out all of the pieces that have the little oval images on it along with the journaling cards. It looks like this in the front, and then it has all the scripture writing or script writing in the back. Okay, and so you're going to pull out all of those pieces. So, and you can also kind of pull this one out too if we need it for something, because it looks like this in the back. Okay, then we can use that, but you can put that to the side as well. But you're going to pull out the one with the tags. Okay, it looks like this in the back. All right, and it has the tags in the front. You're going to pull that one out. You're going to pull out this piece, okay, and we are going to use these, all right, because I have some things already cut out for us. Okay, so, and it has the journaling cards in the back. Then this you're going to definitely pull out, okay, because you're going to be using this, and we're going to be using these here, okay. So when you get your pack, again, I have two of this 12 by 12 Stamperia Spring Botanic packs, okay. You are going to need two of them in order to do this book, okay, and the little box that we've got, okay. So you're going to put these to the side, okay, because we are going to definitely need those. The third thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to pull out what you want to decorate your cover with, okay. Now, I pulled out these three patterns, okay, this one with the script writing and then the bugs, and it looks like this in the back, okay, and then I pulled out this one, okay, and it has like this beautiful wreath in the front, and it has a lot of really pretty pictures and different collage on here, and it has this pretty blue pattern in the back. And then I picked out this one too, which is another collage, and then it looks like this in the back. Okay, so those are going to be my three pieces that are going to be doing the inside of the book. So because we're done with our book, they're going to be set in the inside, and they're going to be covering this part of our book here, okay? So, so that's what we're going to do. And, sorry about that. So you'll want to set those three aside, okay, with your book, all right? And I usually just set it like this off to the side. So I know that those are the pieces that I want for my book. Now that leaves us with just a few of these, and I know if you want to use this one, you can definitely use these. I'm actually thinking for our box, okay, I will be using one of these two patterns for the front of our box, but I'm not quite sure. I might also use it for the inside. I will be right back. Hi guys, I'm back. So now we're going to start our book. So I went ahead and, we went ahead and did our book and everything, covered it, went ahead and cut out my pieces. And your pieces are actually going to be, I believe, 7 3/8, and this piece will be 7 3/8 by 12. This piece will be 7 3/8 by... Okay. 7 3/8 by 4 3/4. Okay. Mine is a little bit shorter because I thought I was putting it on the 3/8 and I put it on the 1/4 inch side. So mine are going to be a 1/4 inch smaller than yours. That is okay. So I picked this paper for the back, or for the inside cover, and it has this on the back, okay? And so I know, like, this is the second packet of the paper pad. So remember, because I'm using 2 paper pads for the Stamperia Spring Botanic. So we already cut out one of the back borders, okay, and we're putting those to the side. But the second one, you're going to go ahead and cut and put on the back end. And that's if you choose to do that. You don't have to. Like I said, it's your book. You can pick whatever you want on the inside. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to lay this piece down first, or actually, I'm sorry, I'm going to lay this piece down first. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and use my glue for this piece. My little... Oh. Get it in that little hole. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue on here first, and I'm just going to go like right in the edges here. Okay. On the edges and upward. And I'm going to go ahead and just set this right on here. Okay. And bring it up some. Alright, so, and we're just going to go ahead and just like that. We're just going to go ahead and burnish that in. Okay, just like that. Alright, and then here is where I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to crease that. Okay. And I'm going to crease it just like this. Okay. So that is going to be creased. And I'm just going to add some glue right in between there. Okay, and then so for the next piece right here, we're going to go ahead and stick that right on top of there. And I am not doubling up where that seam is, so I'm actually putting this piece like right on that other side there. Okay, and what I might do is I might go ahead and bring this over and I might go ahead and cut off, looks about like a ½ inch. So, so I'm going to go ahead and cut off a ½ inch. So that will change your that will change. Oh, I cut the wrong side off. I really wanted this border there. So that will change a little bit of your measurement for this page here. Okay. So this one will actually be, and I think I'm going to cut off another ½ inch on this, and then I'll measure it for you. Okay, so this piece right here is actually going to measure 11 1/4. Okay, so you're just going to go ahead and put this on right here. Okay, and you're just going to kind of overlap it a little bit onto this piece here that we already laid down. Okay, and that will cover this piece right here. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and then we're going to go ahead and add our spine in here. Okay, and do all of that. So let's go ahead and get started. So that is how you are going to go ahead and cover the inside of your book. So there is that. Yay! Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so excited. I love it when we get to this part. So, okay, so now for our next thing, we are going to go ahead and put in our spine. And our spine is going to go right in the first area right here, in between the front and the middle section of our book, okay, or the back of our book here. So your spine is going to fit right in between there, just like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to put tape on the back of this. Okay, so there is that. Now you can either do one of two things. If you have excess on the back of that, you can either cut that off or you can fold it over. And sometimes I just go ahead and fold it over. So I just grab this part here and I just go ahead and just fold that excess right over. Okay, just like that. All right. That way you don't have to worry about getting your scissors sticky and all that. So, okay. So we're going to go ahead and lay this down. Alrighty. Just like this. And again, you're just going to lay that right in the middle of that section here. So I'm just going to go ahead and don't forget to look for any stickies on the edge of that, of your, you want to cut those off. Okay, definitely cut that off because you don't want any, kind of makes it look yucky. I don't know. So anyway, we're just going to sit this right in here. I'm gonna lift this up here so I can kind of gauge. And again, I have to concentrate because I sometimes go crooked on my stuff. I don't do it intentionally, I just sometimes don't. I don't know. My eyesight, I don't know what it is. So, anyway, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So, okay, so there we go. So there is our book. So we are going to go ahead and now move on to our pages. Okay, and I am super excited to share that with you guys. Oh my gosh. We're actually, you know what? Now we are going to go ahead and move on to our covering the book on the outside, okay? So we're going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to put this right here. Now on covering the book on the outside, you can use whatever paper you choose. However, like I said before, you definitely want to keep this page out, and you want to keep out this page, and maybe this page. This page too. Yeah, you want to keep out this page. So we can use some of these from here, which we are going to do. That's why I set it aside. So you can definitely set that one aside too. And again, this is our second paper pack, okay? Now I went ahead and I cut out all of my paper that I needed to cover the pages. So you'll see that in just a second. Okay, and I went ahead and cut out all of the covering for the front and back of the book. So for the back of the book, or for this part here, I really thought this would look super cute right here. I just loved this wreath. So I am going to cut off part of this paper here, which I really don't want to do, but I really want this wreath to be like on the front of this. And I am getting a little short on here. Again, I cut mine at 7 1/4, but you will cut yours at 7 3/8, okay? So I might go ahead and put like a little border around here later. And so I really wanted this on this piece right here, because our book is going to close like this, okay? So in order to do that, I need to cut this piece off. Okay, just like that. Now, if you want, you can do, ink the edges of your paper, which is what I was going to do. I was also going to kind of rough them up a little bit. And again, we're going to be using, this is the Prima, I forget what they call it. But I thought that, and I'm not going to do a lot, just a little bit. So it kind of roughs it up, like, you know, gives it that little roughness on the edges there. Okay, and I just thought that would look super cute for our book. I did not do that for the inside, okay? I'm doing this for some of our pages and some of, and then the covering of the book, okay? So I'm not doing it a lot, so it's basically just like that, okay? And then the ink that I chose is going to be brushed corduroy, okay? And you can find, this is my small one, but you can definitely find that in the big one over at JS Hobbies and Crafts, okay? I went through all of my inks to try to find the best one, and I found, and tea dye looked okay, but I really liked the way that the brushed corduroy looked. So okay, so that's it. we're not doing a whole lot like we did with the La Traviata book. With the La Traviata book, we did a lot of rough edging on our papers. On this one, we're not doing that. We're just going to do a little bit. I'm just going to grab my ink back here, my little ink pad, and I'm just going to go a little smooth, or a little bit around the paper here, okay? Just kind of give it a little bit of inky look. So just like this, and then you're going to go ahead and put that on there. Okay guys, so I went ahead and did all of my papers, and I decided to go ahead and do one of the little bookmark items from the sheet. I love these, so I'm trying to look for the sheet on that one. It's this one right here with the big circles, okay, and then it looks like that on the back. Alright, so I just love these. Oh my gosh, they're like my favorite. So I went ahead and grabbed one, the tulip one, and we're going to put that on the spine part. So right now we're going to go ahead and cover this part. And I am just going to go ahead and use glue for this. And I'm going to go ahead and just wrap this all the way around the book, okay? So, and again, I use art glitter glue, so if you want to grab some of this, it is over at JS Hobbies and Crafts. Alright, and it is phenomenal glue, you guys. I absolutely love this glue. It sticks to metals, wood. It's super awesome. So, totally love it. It's the best glue I've ever used. Let me put it that way. That one and the iCraft glue is over at JS and Hobbies. And the iCraft glue is just as good as the art glitter glue. Okay, so that one is my next favorite glue. Alright, so now I'm just going to grab my book and I'm just going to go ahead and put this on here. I'm just going to go ahead and make sure it's kind of even there. And it may not be even all the way because we did go ahead and we did the edges, so sometimes your edges are not you know, straight, like when you cut it they're straight. So, and now I'm just, excuse my phone you guys, sorry about that. And now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just rubbing this in. Okay, just going to go ahead and pull this down a little bit here. Just following this down all the way, just like that. Okay. And it keeps getting crooked on me. Okay, so I've got that part on. Alrighty. So now we could just go ahead and burnish this part in. Alright, so there you go. So there is that. And I'm just going back and forth on here, making sure the glue is sticking. Alrighty, so then when you close it, it looks like this, and when you open it, yay! So that is going to look awesome. So The next thing we're going to do is I decided to go ahead and use, of course, the roses. You all know I cannot do without my roses, okay? So although I might go ahead and cut this down just a little bit more because I really want this little, I don't know, I think he's a moth. I don't really think he's a butterfly. But I really want him on that book there part. So, and then here I'm going to go ahead and just kind of butt this up against here. So this will actually measure, let's see here, hold on one second. I think that's where I want it. This is actually going to measure 5 3/4, okay? So 5 3/4 right here. So if you're going to try to get the, just this piece here onto the front of your book like this, then you'll have to go ahead and cut off about a 1/2 inch here, I believe, and then measure it from there, okay? And then I will be right back. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put on this part. And again, I'm using the roses. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay this down, or I'm just going to prop it up, and I'm just going to put this on here and kind of go even with what I've got right here, okay? And turn this around, and there we go. So there's that, and then I am going to go ahead and fold it down. So I'm going to bend it just a bit here. Okay. Just along my spine, or not my spine, my fold. Or I guess it is our spine, so. And I'm just going to go ahead and work that in. Burnish that in really good. Okay. Just like that. And just take this. Just like that. Alright, so there is that part, and then here you could do the same thing. Just go ahead and burnish everything in. Ensure it's all good. Okay, just like that. And there we go. So there is our book. So for the spine, I'm just going to go ahead and set this like this in here, okay? And I don't know if I'm going to put any words on here, just because this doesn't really have a whole lot of words, but we do have a few little items that you can write something on. So like we have this here, there's a smaller versions right here. So you could definitely, we could cut one of these up, and we could actually put it right down here on the book. So let's go ahead and get this on here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and stick this right in here. And actually, you know what I might do? Let's go ahead and make that into a tuck spot. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cut this out. Okay. We're going to cut it out just like this. Just like that. Just cut a little bit around the area. Okay, and I'm going to ink I'm actually going to kind of rough it up just a bit. Okay. Again, you're not doing a whole lot of roughing up. You're just kind of making that a little rough on the edge. Not a lot. And if you don't have this tool, that's okay. You can use a thick nail file like this and rough it up like that. Okay. You can also use your scissors. Okay. And you just grab your scissors and rough them up like this on the edges there. Okay. You can do it like that. All right. And so there's a lot of different ways you can just kind of go around your papers. All right. And I'm just going to go ahead and ink a little bit on here. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some glue right on here. Now, you can definitely write on here, like, you know, planting 2019 or, you know, whatever you would like to do. And I'm going to set this down here, just like this. And I was thinking about putting a border on here, but now I'm kind of liking this. So I think I might just leave it. Okay. And then our little... we can cut this down a little bit. Let's see. I do like maybe a 1/2 inch. Okay. And just rough that up again, just like that. And you can definitely just tuck that right back in there. Now you can go ahead and add some lace or your ribbons or whatever you would like on there. Just poke a hole in there and do that. And then, like I said, you can definitely add, you know, planting 2019 or whatever you want to use this book for. You know, maybe you went to the Botanic Gardens or took a little vacation somewhere, and you know, you want to stick some pictures in here. So definitely. That would be doable for this cute little book. So, okay. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and do our pages. All right. And the mechanism to lock this, I have kind of come up with something, but I need to make sure that it works before we do it. And so, yes, I'm working on that, okay? And then, but right now we're going to go ahead and get on to our pages, okay? And for our pages, okay, so all the pages will actually be the same, except for the back part of our pages, all right? And I am going to go ahead and list out everything that you will need, okay? So, again, we are only going to have 3 pages on here, so really, you're not going to need, you know, it's pretty simple, easy, easy to follow. Okay, so let me move 2 and 3 out of the way. So for your front pages of 1, 2, and 3, okay, you are going to need this is your front seed packets, okay, and you're going to need 6 4.5 by 4.5 pieces, okay, and you are going to score a 1/2 inch on the right side, the left side, and then on the bottom part, okay, and I'm going to make one with you guys so you won't, you know, so you'll know what I'm talking about. And then here on the back part, you'll need 6 that are 3.5 by 4.5, and you will score a 1/2 inch on this bottom part right here. Okay, this is our little flap, and this is what's going to attach to our page. Okay, so you'll need 6 of those. So 6, okay? And then here's my extra one that I'm going to make with you, all right? The next thing you're going to need for your front page is you're going to need a 4 3/8 by 7.5 inch. Okay, and you are going to need 3 of those. Okay, this is your page. All right, this is your page, and that's the front. The back is going to be 4 7/8 by 8 inches, okay, and you'll need 3 of those. You will score 1 inch on the left side and then on the bottom, so it will open like this, okay. This is the part that we're going to put into our little hinge, all right, and this is an open pocket part, all right. So when you put your page in, it's going to go like this. That will be closed because that will be on the hinge, and your page will flip open like this. And then here we're going to put a little surprise in here for you guys. So, okay, and then you're going to need another piece for your page 1. The back, you're going to need a 3.5 by 7 1/4 inch piece. Okay, you are going to score 1/2 inch on the top. So again, this is going to be attached to our page, okay, on the top part. Then for the back, you are going to need a piece that is 6 5/8 by 7.5, and you're going to score at 1/2 inch, which is right here. Okay, you're going to score right here. So this is another little flap that's going to attach to our page, and it's going to open like this. Okay, so when we lay it, it's actually going to be like a zigzag, like a Z. Okay, and you're going to score at 4 1/4 inch. Okay, so 1/2 inch and then 4 3/4. So it opens like this. Alrighty, so that's on that. So this is for the back page, and I listed everything back and front. That way, one, I know where it goes, and then 2, you can do the same thing. So when you cut your papers, you know what goes in the front and what goes in the back. Okay. And then you're going to also need 3 of these, okay? You're going to need 4 1/8, I'm sorry, by 6 3/4 inch. And then you're going to score at 7/8, okay? And that's going to be up here. And then you're going to score at 1 inch, okay? So they'll be about, just a bit apart, okay? So you'll have, and then you're going to score, and then you're going to cut the inside papers, which are going to be lined paper or whatever you would like to use. You're going to cut those at 3 7/8 by 5 5/8, okay? And that's going to fit into your little journal. And you are going to cover, the paper cover is, or to cover these little journals, it's 4 1/8 by 5 3/4, okay? So that's the measurement that I got there. All right, and the little, and this is what they're going to look like once we're done putting them together. So they're going to be little journals where you can journal in any plants, ideas, anything like that. That's what you're going to use in here, okay? And those are going to go inside our pockets. So for the closure, you are actually also going to need a piece that is, I thought I cut it out, but maybe I didn't. You are also going to need a piece of paper that is, you're going to need a piece of white cardstock that is going to be 4 by 4 1/2, okay? And the reason why is because we are going to use our dies for a little tuck close mechanism that I wanted to use. And we're going to cut these circles that was on this paper here. Okay, remember I was telling you guys you need to save these? That's what you're going to use it for. And the back looks like this with the pink pretty flowers on it. You are going to need that, and we're going to cut these out with our circle dies, and then the white cardstock is going to lay behind here, and we're going to do like a little tuck spot for our inserts. Okay, so that's what you're going to need. Alrighty, and I'm going to put that with this, and that's going to go back up in here, and then this is going to go here. And so now let's go ahead and get on to putting page 1 together, and then we'll put page 2 together and page 3, and I promise you it is going to go super fast. No problem. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so now what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and cut 3 4.5 by 7.5 pieces of paper, okay? And you are going to fold those in half. All right, and then you're going to take the fourth die that is inside your stitch circle die set, okay, which is by Elizabeth Crafts dies, okay. You're going to go ahead and excuse, the kids are home from school, so, and they're outside, so anyway, so you're going to go ahead and take these circle dies, okay, and you're going to go ahead and cut 3 of these, and I want to show you how that's going to be done, okay. So first, before let's go ahead and do this here, we're going to go ahead and fold this in half. All right, and again, those are some other people's kids home from school that are walking home from the bus stop. so okay, so we're going to go ahead and fold this. Then you're going to get your die, okay, and you are going to put it on your folded piece of paper with a little bit of an edge hanging over, okay, all right, because you want this to fold. All right, and it's going to be so cute, I promise. And then you're going to go ahead, and I usually tack mine down with washi tape, so I'm just going to grab couple of pieces of washi tape here, and I'm going to go ahead, and you don't need a big gap, okay, you just need a small gap, you don't need something big. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then here's your flap, okay. You're going to go ahead and put that in your little machine here and crank that over. Alright, and then you're going to have a folded circle, okay, and that's exactly what we need, okay, and I'm just going to stick those there. Alright, so you're going to come up with something like this, and sometimes it kind of sticks together, but it comes apart. Just like that, okay? So that's exactly what you need. And you need 3 of these, all right? So that's what you need. All right, and then the second thing you're going to do is you're going to take the 5th one in from the circle die, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. You're going to take the 5th one in, and you're going to put it around those little circles from our paper that we are going to cut out. And like I said, you're going to go ahead and pick 3 of those that you want in your book, okay, and those are going to fit over this. So they're actually going to look like this, okay, so you want to pick 3 of those out, all right. So I picked one of the rose ones, and we're going to see how that turns out. So, and you're just going to go ahead and and I don't really need to run it through twice. I just do it because it's, you know, habit, and and I'm closer to the camera this way. So, because this die cuts out really nice, you guys, really nice. Okay, so there is our rose right there, and that is going to fit right in the center of that. Okay. So you'll need to pick 3 of these and then cut those out, all right? And then I will see, I'm going to go ahead and clean up, and I will be right back. Hi guys, okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put together our pages, and with your 4 7/8 by 8, you are going to score a 1/2 inch here and here, and then you're going to cut it right here on that X to form your back page, okay? And this is what it's going to look like. And then you're going to need another piece that is 4 3/8 by 7 1/2, okay? And that is going to fit right on top of there, just like that, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put that together. Now here, you can use whatever adhesive you'd like. I just use my glue. But if you don't have glue, you can definitely use your double tape, okay? So I am just going to put my glue right through here, just like that. And I'm going to stick that on there just like that, okay? And I'm just going to go ahead and grab my little squeegee dude here and burnish this down, okay? Just like that. Alright, and so there is our page. So this is the front, and this is what's going to go in the hinge, and then this is going to be the opened part, okay? And although this says page 2, all of your pages are going to be made the same, okay? Then I'm going to grab my page 1, okay? And for this page, this is where you're going to need to make your seed packets, okay? And see, I have my little seeds in here. So I bought some little seeds, some mixed flower seeds. So these are going to go in here just like that. And I have some pencil marks in here. Okay. Okay. So then what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to make your little pocket. Okay. So you will definitely need now your scoreboard. Alrighty. And okay. And what you're going to do is on your 4 1/2 by 4 1/2 piece, you're going to score a 1/2 inch on the right hand side, the left hand side, and on the bottom. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that now. So we're going to score a 1/2 inch here. A 1/2 inch would be at 4 on this. Turn it around to the other 4 1/2 inch side and score a 1/2 inch down here. Then you are going to go ahead and take your scissors, and where that X is right here, you are just going to go ahead and cut that. Okay, just like that. Alright, and then you're going to go ahead and fold those inward. Alright, and just like this. Just like that. Okay, just like this. So now you have your little pocket, and then this will fit right on top of here. Okay, you will need to score a 1/2 inch on this. So you're going to lay that on the 4 1/2 inch side again for your second piece, and then score a 1/2 inch right down there. Turn that over. Woo! Sorry about that. And then go ahead and burnish that in. And I will be right back.